Hello, this is the week 5 project on the operating system market share. After you save the file to the proper way, we'll start with step 2, which says create a line with markers chart using the range A3 through E9. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is to highlight the area you want, A3 through E9. Then we will go look for the line chart with markers. Okay, so it would be like an insert, go into the charts. There's two ways you can do this. You could go directly to the line chart, or you could go to all charts, then look for the line chart, and then we could search for the one that has line chart with markers. So we'll select that. We'll say OK. So there it is. Okay. Then it says to switch the rows and columns so that the years are displayed on the x-axis if necessary. So we don't want it to be a legend, we want it to be displayed here. So how do we do this? Come up here where it says switch row column and just click on that, and now we got the years on the bottom. If it doesn't come up right away, it is in the design menu. Okay, so then it says change the title of the chart to change in mobile OS market share. So I'm going to click on the title, double click as necessary, and then change the title. Once you change the title, make sure it's spelled correctly. Change in mobile. Oops, I have no space here, so I better put a space in. And then it says I would go to make sure you're at the end, and then hit. It says press Shift Enter, so I'm going to go Shift Enter. It'll go to the next line, and then I'm going to type in 2011-2014, no period. And then change the font of the change in mobile OS market share to 18, so I will highlight that. And then change that to 18. Okay. It says now move the chart to a separate worksheet and rename the new worksheet as the line chart. Okay, so we are going to be doing a move. So again, there are a few ways we can do this. So make sure you go into the chart, and there will be like a move chart. Then we want to go to a new sheet, and I believe the new name we want to give it is the line chart. Then say OK. So there it is, a line chart right in from the data. Okay, so but it says to position the new worksheet to the right of the data worksheet, so we want to move it to the other side of the data. So what you do is you click and hold on the line chart, see how the paper shows up, then you move it over to the other side. Whoops. Where the reverse triangle is on the other side of data. So now it's on the other side of the data. Okay, and then it says to, in the line chart, use the filter to remove the Symbian and the others data. So we are in the line chart, and we want to remove those two information. So we'll go into the filters, which is right here. Click on it, and we are removing the Symbian and the others data. Then say apply. So the only thing that shows now is Android, iOS, Windows, and BlackBerry. Okay. Then it says to add a line callout to shape to the chart with the line pointing between the 2013 and the 2014 Android data. So that would be right about here. Okay. So I am going to look for the callout. Remember, in order to add anything, first highlight the worksheet. Okay, then do an insert. And then we will go into the illustrations, then go into shapes, and then the callouts are on the bottom, and we want to add, what was it, callout 2. So callout line, bent line, under 2016, you may not have a choice, so just go to callouts, find the first callout line, and pick the second one. And then just move it down and point at it. And then put the information in that you need. Again, adjust as necessary so that the text in the callout is visible. Step 7, on the data worksheet, create a pie chart. So let's go back to the data worksheet. We're going to create a pie chart using the ranges A3, A9, and E3, E9. Just as a quick reminder again, when you select the first non-aligned rows or columns, be sure you don't push Control the first time. So when I go and select A3 through A9, I don't push Control. Now that I got the first column done, then I'm going to push Control and then select E3 through E9. Otherwise, your chart will not show up. Okay, then I'm going to select the pie chart. So I'm going to do an insert, go to a pie chart. I'll pick the first one. Okay, then I'm going to change the pie chart title to the 2014 mobile OS market share. Make sure there is no period. Then it says change the layout of the pie chart to quick layout 1. So quick layout 1, click on quick layout and pick quick layout 1, which should be the top first one. Resize and position the chart so that the upper left corner is within cells A13 and the lower right corner is within cells H30. Now we're going to create a clustered column chart that compares only Android and iOS data for 2011 through 14, which means we will just need to select this area. And then we want to create a clustered column chart. So we will do an insert, go to our charts, choose them all if you like, go all charts, and then it's a column chart, and there's a clustered column. So we'll select that. So that's our start. Then it says change the column chart title to Android versus iOS market share. Okay, now we're going to format the column chart with style 8. Now it says to move the column chart to a separate worksheet and rename the new sheet, the worksheet as the column chart, and position the worksheet to the right of the line chart worksheet. So in order to move it to a chart, I could either right click here or say move chart. I'm going to move it to a new sheet, and we are going to rename it the column chart. Press OK. And we want it to be to the right of the line chart. So again, we will click and hold it and move it to the right of the line chart. Okay, back on the data worksheet, in cell F3, we're going to start on the spark lines. So it says to type F3 spark line. Okay, then we're going to add a spark line to cell F4 using the information in the data range B4 through E4. Again, make sure you got the place where you want the spark line highlighted, then say insert, then the spark lines will show up, and we want to click on line. Okay, and the data range is from B4 through E4, and then the location range is F4. Say OK. There it is. Now we want to put in markers, so we'll click on markers. And there's our markers. Okay, I stand corrected. We don't want to add a marker. We want to add a high point to each of them. But first, we're going to use the fill handle, drag it to the bottom, and then we're going to add the high point. So those are the high points for the spark lines. Finally, ensure that the worksheets are in the correct order: data, line chart, column chart, and save and close the file, exit Excel, and then submit the file as directed.